Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for My Hero Academia. Episode 19.
Yeah.
Everyone's internships.
Right.
So this is going to be either everyone getting a little bit of split focus and then they all reconvene.
Which would be great.
Or this is going to be kind of a thing of where Deku, Todoroki,
and Ida
are going to kind of
deal
go
with
back to their... Well, they'll go back to their internships, and it's just going to be a little bit of the other people's internships as well.
Yeah, but we do need to get some love for all the girls at their internships, because especially Momo, she's been getting the short end of the stick.
Well, yeah, but she also got the short end of the stick with her internship being, one more about the glam and not necessarily about learning much of anything.
Right. Yeah.
Jiro, headphone jack girl. She had a pretty good setup.
She does, yeah.
She was doing work with the big wrist metal guy,
death arms,
yeah, or something like that.
And then of course Tetsu and Kirishima are in a very, very fitting internship.
We didn't see anything really from Suze, from what I remember. I just remember her doing push-ups or something like that.
And she was also in someplace in the water.
Well, I know that she wanted that, but...
right. We also didn't see anything of the Invisible Girl's internship.
That would be funny. Of course we wouldn't see anything about her internship, because she's invisible. Alright, guys, let's get into this episode and see what happens.
Getting
all that glory while the microphones melt. So dispassionate about the whole thing.
僕や飯田君、轟君の名前は公表されず、僕らの怪我は職場体験中の事故ということで処理された。飯田君は負傷した両腕の診断結果が出たその夜、迎えに来たお母さんと一緒に実家へと戻っていった。比較的軽傷だった轟君は。
Relatively, like he got his forearm stabbed right through with blades.
Multiple times.
あいつから学べることは学んでおきたい。それに実際やってもねえのにヒーロー殺しを倒したことにされたあいつがどんな顔してるのか見てえしな。
Oh, sure.
Interesting.
エンデバーのことになると意地悪だな、轟君。みんなも今頃頑張ってんだろうな。
Oh, yep. Here we go. Nice segue.
Oh my gosh, that haircut.
Oh man.
パトロールはヴィランの犯罪を抑止するために行うものだが、副次的効果も期待できる。それは何か。
ヴィランを見つけたら速攻でぶっ潰す。
違う。
No. Yeah. Oh my god.
答えは我々の存在を示し、市民たちに安心を与えること。
Okay.
守る者と守られる者との信頼関係を築く。
Trust is important.
ご機嫌伺いかっつうの。
この人前見たことある。
また体育祭の話かよ。
前にヴィランに捕まって泣き。
Yes! That's fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
教えたことをもう忘れたか。きちんと対応した。
Oh, he's actually kind of listening to that.
Yeah.
To our best genius.
俺はあの時ヴィランに捕まってたわけ。
Clarifying the story.
野郎を倒す算段を考えてたんだ。決して負けてねえ。俺はナンバーワンヒーローになる男だ。お前らみたいなガキに心配される必要なんだ。
At least he's clearly communicating the kind of person he is.
Oh, it's like he has a smiley face. I just realized that.
Oh yeah.
ついてみてくれる？いいんですか？遠慮はいらないよ。じゃあ行きます。振り回してきたら距離を取って対応。直接攻撃が来たら片足軸回転でかわして手首と首を同時に掴み手首を引きながら首を押す。
Classic. Very good.
落ちたナイフは蹴って遠ざければより完璧になるよ。なんてよどみのない動き。
He's done this 100 times.
Yep.
すごい。剣道は
He does kind of waddle in a cute way.
できるようになるまで何度も反復。
Oh, is this where Sue is?
Oh, probably. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Froppy.
Ah.
甲板掃除終わったわシリウスさん。
毎日訓練や船の掃除ばかりで退屈でしょ。
ええ、少し。
私が職場体験した時も同じ。子供の頃に思い描いてたヒーロー像と現実のギャップに戸惑ったわ。
Right. All the stuff of Stain making them question what is a real hero. They get to ask the questions too.
Right.
おいフロッピー、何遊んでやがる。カエルだからって油売ってんじゃねえぞ。シリウスも監督係に任命したんだ。ちゃんと面倒見やがれ。
掃除は終わってるわ船長。
私だってちゃんと監督してます。
ケロ。
おお、そうか。俺の早とちりか。
Just a little bit.
そうかそうか、悪かったな。ごめんね。
Okay.
可愛すぎて声出ねえか、フロッピー。
可愛いわ。
More like them together is cute. The serious and
Yeah.
captain.
ロープを外すの手伝って。
The serious and the not serious.
ケロ。
密航者ですか。
貿易船内3号に密航者が乗り込んでるっつうタレコミが海上保安庁
Maybe
にあった。
villains trying to
保安庁は内3号を検閲したが
Stain.
密航者の姿はどこにもない。だがよくよく
What if
調
it's
べ
just
た
the
ところ
invisible girl?
船の交通リストから一部の積み荷がなくなっていたそうだ。
Oh
これ
no,
が
this
ど
is
ういう
a
こと
legit
か
like
わかる
thing.
か、フロッピー。
ケロ。海上保安庁が来る前に密航者たちは積み荷を別の船に移し替えて逃げたんだと思うわ。密航者はもしかしたら密輸ブローカーなのかも。正解。
かわいく
かわいいわ。
今回俺たちが受けた依頼は小型船で逃げたと推察される密航者たちを確保し保安庁に引き渡すことだ。
海南ヒーローセルキー。
Selkie.
個性ゴマフアザラシ。ゴマフアザラシにできることなら大抵できる。ソナーのように音を出し、その反響で相手の位置を特定することだってできる。
Right.
腕っぷしも強いぞ。
Yeah.
この辺りにはいねえな。少し範囲を広げるか。
海上保安庁から連絡。密航者のものと思われる漁船が追跡していたヒーロー事務所の巡視艇を振り切って俺たちの担当警戒海域の方角へ逃走したそうだ。
Okay.
船長。
密航者が乗っていると思われる漁船の位置を確認した。野郎ども、明かりを消して相手に気づかれないように近づくぞ。
船長、航行中の漁船を肉眼で確認しました。
よし、巡視艇で進路を塞ぎ照明弾発射と同時に奴らの船に乗り込む。
はいはいさ。
私は何を。
ここへ残れ。
You could say Selkie is a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, I was just thinking
そ
of
れじゃ
that.
職場体験にならないわ。
いいから黙って俺の言うことを聞け。行くぞ。
はいはいさ。
That's unfortunate.
フロッピーの現場に行きたいって気持ちよくわかるわ。
How much you want to bet they'll have to go help him
相
out?
手が密航者といっても細心の注意を
Yeah, they
払わなきゃい
correct
けない
their
でし
ship.
ょ。
That's true.
だから船長の指示に従っ
It
て。
could be a double blind with their swapping ships already.
Yeah.
停船しろ。プロヒーローだ。海上保安庁の依頼を受け汽船を検閲する。
俺たちはただ漁をしてただけで。
ならこの下も見せられるよな。
魚しか入ってませんよ。
いいから開けてくれ。
面倒。
魚しか入ってねえよ。暗くてよく見えませんぜ。
明かりはつかねえのか。
Yep. Saw that coming.
船長応答してください。ダメだ、無線が通じねえ。向こうに行ってくる。
待って。
シリウス。
Good ear. Ooh.
人間に
Okay.
聞こえない公衆
And on the water, that's insane.
That is insane. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Morse code.
密航
Nice.
者。別の船。こっちはいい。見つけ出せ。ミック、
Oh.
船を出して。
おう。
あの漁船が踊りだとすれば密航者は岸へと向かってるはず。急いで。
分かってるって。
Genius.
船
Okay.
長たちを助けなくていいの？
私たちは船長の指示に従うの。見えた。二つ岩の影に隠れてる。
くそ、あんなところに。
エンジンを切ってクルーザーの死角へ。
おう。
フロッピーも手伝って。
キロ。
見張りがいるな。
フロッピー、あいつをこっちに連れてこられる？
任せて。
質問に答えてくれれば手荒な真似はしない。
Although, that probably would have alerted the other people already.
Yeah.
クルーザーにいるのは一人だけ。船室に隠れているわ。
引きずり出してやる。
Oh. Some kind of kink.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, that's
This is the Captain Innsmouth.
right.
Technical
Okay.
powers, OP.
Always.
おっと動くな。こいつは俺様が保安庁から逃げ切ったら返してやる。お前にも
He's got
罪
some
を
kind
運
of
ぶのを
pirate
手伝
getup.
ってもらう。
Yeah.
Funny.
So I'm guessing Seal is gonna show up pretty soon.
漁船に閉じ込められてて、通信も遮断されていた。船長は先行した。
キロ。
そっちはどうなってる？状況を知らせろ。音を求む。
通信機にやってやがんのか。へおいガキ、女の命が惜しければ俺の言う通り言え。密航者は発見できませんでした。
キロ。
That's tough.
シリウスさん。
早くしろ。
Jeez.
Okay.
女の命がどうなってもいいのか。どうなんだ。
密航者は二つ岩
Yeah!
このガキぶっ殺してやる。ちょっとバカとうぜえ野郎だ。
Too fast.
Yep.
Yeah, he couldn't get rid of her. She's,
Ooh, that. Ugh.
Oh!
ジエンド。ガキの分際でこんなところにしゃしゃり出てくるから
No.
死ぬことになるんだよ。
Mr. Seal.
船長。
Don't do a cute face.
あとは俺に任せろ。
バカが。
見えなくったってな。俺にはお前の位置がわかるんだよ。
Yeah, that's legit.
お野郎が。
船長。
Gone, old one.
Yes.
すごいわ船長。
よくやってくれたお前たち。おかげで密航者を捕まえられた。
船長。
ありがとね。今それやるか。
ところでセルキー、いつ新しいサイドキックを雇ったんだい？
She's not a new psychic.
She's just the intern.
Yeah.
職場体験だな。そうだったのか。怖い思いをさせてしまったね。
Nah, it's nothing.
おい
He's
おい
doing it.
子供扱いするなよ。フロッピーは免許こそないが、もう立派なヒーローだ。
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
なら一緒に仕事ができる日が来ること楽しみにしているよ。フロッピー、
Get him.
ケロケロ。
Get him, get him. Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
So cute. Okay,
All right.
so that was the filler episode.
Right.
The kind of recap, a little bit of just showing a
Yeah.
passage of time, perhaps. Because the
Sure,
internships were, multiple weeks or at least,
Right.
More than a few days.
And it
So-
would take the main gang, or Todoroki, Deku, and Ida, time to recover.
Right. So they would probably be kept in the hospital for a bit. You know, they each went to their different spots. Like Ida went to his mom's house.
Right.
With this whole thing being kind of focused in this regard to keep it being a bit separated from the whole Stain incident, that means basically most everything directly involving Stain is over. Like, it wouldn't make sense thematically to bring Stain back anytime soon. So he's arrested, and now just the remaining bits will be more along the lines of his effect on the world of heroes and potentially villains with those new characters that they showed in the episode prior to this.
Right. And one of the things that I'm really starting to get concerned about is they are starting to really get the big tally of villains that they have locked up. So, like, if there was ever some big prison break, like, how many Nomus and stuff would they have on their hands to deal with?
I feel like the super maximum security prison of the heroes trope thing is, like, so impregnable. Like, if you had an unlimited number of quirks of heroes to draw from, there's so many things you could do to make it almost impossible for a villain to get into it. And if the villain has a quirk, you know, called All for One, and it's what we are kind of theorizing it is. It's a lot like Sylar. Then you don't really need, you know, basically, you don't really need to bring those people out. You just need to constantly amass your own power.
Right.
And kind of manipulate others as pawns in that regard.
Sure. Okay.
So, I think if anything, this could turn into a show where it's more about kind of drawing a line in the sand of whether or not you will, like, fall on their side or our side. Kind of X-Men style.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that.
And the ideologies of Stain will be used as kind of like propaganda to bring more numbers to them.
Yeah, okay.
But we still haven't gotten into the ideology of this big bad villain.
No.
And
we haven't.
I want to know, do you think they're going to do the kind of, you know, apocalypse style villain from X-Men where it's the strong survive kind of thing? And
I don't think so, but
does he have an end goal that's more than just, you know, stopping the heroes?
Right, that's the real question I have, because a lot of the times, especially as, you know, sort of the antagonists or villains get more and more powerful, they tend to go into sort of just they're the bad guy, the simpler concepts that, you know, do bad guy things and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't
just
know.
In short, you don't know.
I don't know
either.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get this episode out of the way in terms of discussion.
Sure.
Bakugo is listening to Best Jeanist.
Yes, that was nice to see. Even though he's still Bakugo.
Right. I feel like every hero is trying to make the best of their situation that they're in. I mean, all the UA students are in their internships.
Right.
They're trying to make the best of it. Some of them don't like their internships like Bakugo, and some of them are really enjoying their internships like Sue.
Sure.
So there's not really much to say about, like, Hiroshima's. It's great. He's kind of in a drill sergeant situation where he's being taught real things. Yeah. But maybe they're getting into some of the mundane aspects of what it means to be a hero, and they are realizing how little glamour there is necessarily in the hero work.
Yes.
And to contrast that a little bit with Momo's, hers is saying that there's so much glamour to it that sometimes you have to actually shift into overtly glamorized stuff before you can go back to the more mundane, true hero work.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just showing the extremes of both ends of the pendulum here in the form of a filler episode.
Sure. Now, this kind of style for a filler episode, what do you think? Like, I like this. I like this style. I think the execution could have been better.
Yeah.
But quite frankly, I would enjoy getting more episodes like this.
Right. And just focus on a specific character with a little bit of the side characters.
With a little bit of the other characters in there, and then just maybe do a better job of making the sort of the episodic story that they're wanting to tell for the character that has the focus of that episode to be just a little bit better.
I would say also you don't have to make there be some kind of heroes versus villains mini plot.
Right. Yes,
you can
absolutely.
have it be a literal thing where they're just learning things about what it means to be a hero from books, and it's the conflict is really just, you know, something not goofy where it's like we have to bake a cake and we don't know how to bake a cake. It's more like they're using their quirks against each other in funny ways as they're maybe solving some sort of argument.
Yeah, like interpersonal conflicts can totally be the focus for an episode.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be something that's, you know, over the top or silly or even just overtly melodramatic. Just have it be there.
Mm-hmm.
And and that gives us more opportunity for character growth, because then we see characters that there might be some UA students that have never actually talked to each other on screen before.
Oh, absolutely.
I think there are actually more than a few.
Yeah.
That are combinations of, say, this character has never talked to these three characters on screen ever before.
Right.
I don't think that's the case that much with any of the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there are some UA students who haven't even spoken yet, and that's because the one kid I think is actually mute.
Right.
He has
Not
the rock head or something like that.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing would be good, because then you could take these characters' backstories and kind of sprinkle it in, you know, you know, into specific scenes.
So one of the ones that I would love to see if they did another one of these kinds of episodes, specifically with regards to Bakugo, I would love to see one where basically it shows him, like, you know, just, needing to put up with all the stuff that Best Jeanist is doing.
Right.
But then showing him basically going home, how he, like, unwinds from the day and, like, maybe, like, thinks about what Best Jeanist said, and then, like, wakes up in the morning, he's like, this is gonna be it, like, I'm gonna be the #1 hero and stuff, and, you know, maybe his family is, like, you know, making some comments of, you go, brother, you know, something like that.
Something
and
like
like,
that.
Shut up. And then, you know, but then at the same time he's thinking, like, okay, now, but this guy is the #4 hero, so there's probably some things that I can learn from him, you know.
Sure.
And just have more of, like, a milder, like, showing the internals of Bakugo a bit more.
Right. I would love to see that also with a character like Todoroki and Momo, because they got in through recommendations. Yes. And I want to know more about... I know a little bit about Todoroki's family, but since we saw their siblings and stuff, that'd be really a good opportunity to show some of their dynamics as a family post-event, exactly, of Endeavor getting rid of their mom. Also, Momo, she seems to be the type of character that would have a very interesting home life. I could see her being an only child.
Okay.
And being that kind of, like, very, very intelligent person.
Right.
Because they spent so much time, like, alone and working on themselves, like, they're, you know, like, actually, like, focused in that regard.
Sure.
I could also see a really interesting dynamic with home life of people that have very unique quirks, like
Invisible
Tokoyami.
Girl. Oh, Tokoyami, yeah.
Like his parents and stuff.
What
like,
kind of quirks did they have?
What kind of quirks do they have?
Yeah.
Invisible Girl as well. That would be kind of fun. Sue also.
Yeah.
Basically anyone that has a quirk that modifies their
physical appearance
to some extent would be cool. So Mina Ashido as well.
Yeah.
And that would just be fun. You don't have to do much really to make it a compelling episode.
No.
But maybe the studio has kind of a threshold of certain things that they need to have in every episode so that they don't get kind of negative backlash from
because they have set, like, just with the kind of show that it is, that means that, you know, your audience is going to be expecting certain things. If it turned into some kind of crazy, like, murder mystery whodunit, you know, people would probably be a bit surprised.
Avatar has a couple episodes. Avatar The Last Airbender, I just want to bring this up, has a couple filler episodes that are cleverly disguised filler episodes with really meaty character development.
Yeah.
But some of them are pretty weak.
Oh yeah.
Avatar Day is in my opinion one of the weakest side filler episodes.
And then of course the Great Divide.
Well, the Great Divide is just obviously the worst one.
Right.
But but Avatar Day I would say is an example of something where they bring up a very, you know, not compelling set of antagonists.
Right.
They go really in depth into one particular previous Avatar's backstory, which is really good, interesting world building. We understand how Kyoshi Island came to be. And those kinds of things are good, but it's put into this kind of, jury trial for the Avatar kind of plot, which it falls pretty flat. It's not very compelling.
Best part of that episode is the old friends who don't want to attack me.
Right, and then they use the parallel storyline of Zuko and Iroh to set up some interesting stuff that will be fulfilled later.
Right.
But in this, we have a bunch of mini parallel plot lines going at the same time. So maybe if you have to have some constant Deku focus, maybe have Deku's focus be him learning things from All Might.
Sure.
While on the sideline we have this other stuff going on with a couple of the other heroes who are, say, like, going through some school-related stuff. They have a project they have to do together.
Sure.
You have people who are, like, just playing around, going out into town or something like that.
Yeah.
You could have a freaking beach episode, too. I mean, like, I'm not one of those people that needs to see the characters in fan servicey costumes, which is generally what a beach episode is for. But I'm just saying, like, these characters are getting up to that place where if you just put the characters in almost any situation, it's going to be relatively good.
And here's one of the things that they could do with a beach episode. Things like beach episodes, because it's something where the characters are supposed to just be having fun, there isn't any immediate conflict that needs to be in there, like the whole smuggler thing in this episode. Which means you can have just generally more interactions between the characters.
That's true.
So
no wasted screen time. And not that it's wasted, but it doesn't contribute anything to the overall plot. One of the things that you kind of trick people into forgetting that this is a filler episode is you keep the focus on characters that were introduced prior to this episode.
Right.
In a main plotline episode.
Yeah.
So if you keep it on the UA students.
Right.
And say even bring up, the guy who can't speak or doesn't speak or has the rock head or whatever. I don't even know how to describe that guy. I keep forgetting his name. I don't even know if they've actually introduced it.
The guy that likes animals,
Yeah, he had like birds and stuff on his hands. But you could have an episode just solely devoted to him with like some side focus of Deku, Bakugo, or Uraraka, Ida, kind of stuff like that.
Or maybe even better, show some of the people that aren't in Class 1A.
Go to Class 2B,
show Shinso. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Or Mei. Or any of those other people.
Is it Class 1B or 1A and 2B or 1A and 1B?
Yeah.
Class B, whatever.
Yeah, that other class.
Yeah, you have Monoma over there, and you have Tetsu.
Mm-hmm.
You have what's Shirozoi? What was the green-haired girl?
All their names, but
then you could also go into general studies. And you could bring up Shinso again.
Yeah. What's Dan his life like?
That kind of stuff is good because it makes the world feel more lived in.
Yes.
This stuff makes it feel like the world of heroes extends beyond into the mundane. But I wouldn't want a repeat of this episode's formula as a filler episode.
Right.
I would want a theme of this to be kept the same, where they teach us something about what it means to be a hero in every single episode.
Sure.
And this one tells us that even heroes have to do mundane work that has no glamour or glory or anything to it. Which I think was actually pretty well exemplified by Best Genus thing and the Hiroshima Tetsu just community service stuff.
Yes.
And that's good. And maybe that was why they put those ones in particular, and then also had to counterbalance that
with Momo.
The stuff with Momo, and also kind of Jiro with the being Death Arm's
because it's the
hostage rescuer.
Right. Yep. Sort of the idea that they do whatever is needed to be done
in their area.
In their area, yeah.
Of like expertise, but also geographically.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see also the idea that some of these heroes actually like fail. Like not that they like just do horribly and they give up and all that. It's just that
have things like really go wrong and you can't necessarily recover from it.
Yeah, not that, not horribly wrong, whatever.
But like
just make mistakes and stuff.
Right, and the mistakes aren't things that can just be easily fixed
or resolved in that episode.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't feel like it's a plot hole. It's just a thing of like, well, this is what it means to be a hero. Things don't
always go as planned.
We don't always succeed at our jobs. Sometimes things go things go badly. And if this show is moving in a darker direction at some point, that would be a good filler episode theme to bring up.
Yeah, maybe the hostages don't make it out.
Or half the hostages make it out.
Yeah. No.
Also, that's a good point, is you don't have to have the negative thing be to any of the UA students. You just have to have them observe and experience that negative thing happening and say, like, okay, what does that make me feel? How do I react to this? Stuff like that's really good.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't bring up Uraraka. Her little knife fight thing.
That was great.
That was fantastic. And in terms of just kind of the cuteness thing of it, I noticed the parallel to where she's seeing Gunhead is cute, even though he's literally got a turret face. And then Sue sees Selkie as cute.
When everyone else is like,
everyone else doesn't. Which is funny because Selkie is like Sue in the way that they're both animal, human. They both have animal quirks, basically.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool. I've never seen Sue really talking to brain fart, bird guy.
Tokiyami.
Yeah. Never seen her really talk to him that much.
Right.
So I wonder. Yeah, I just wonder about that.
Yeah.
Also, I wonder, like, if there is going to be any crossover from this episode into the main plot.
Yes.
Which thing has the highest likelihood of actually being relevant in the main plot?
I would say Uraraka and or Bakugo.
Oh, of course. Duh. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Bakugo, because he is actually listening.
Right.
And he will, care more about what the civilians around him think about what heroes portray to society. And then Uraraka, because she'll actually have battle tactics and martial arts skills going into future episodes with potential villain fights,
which will be very cool.
And now that you say that, what was the villain girl? She had a knife, right? The creepy like yandere girl with the headphones.
Oh yeah,
she had a knife.
Yep.
Uraraka's training to fight someone with a knife.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yep, because it's that whole idea of don't waste screen time. So, like, why a knife fight?
Yeah. I think a knife fight is a very generic, good skill to learn because you are going to get... You will probably interact with someone coming at you with a knife before someone comes at you with a gun.
Sure.
But also the basic premise of getting the gun away is it translates over a little bit with the knife. The thing about the gun is that you have to keep it out of your sight almost immediately.
Right.
But the thing with the knife is that you can't just grab any part of the knife.
Right.
So I would say Uraraka would be very easy to train her from now to go and disarm someone with a gun.
And if she ever does get into a point where she has to like disarm somebody, she would probably have a bit of an easier time with it because her quirk lends to grappling.
Uraraka wins the fight once she touches you.
Right. She could just grab you and like flip her over her head and just whack. Like she could she could just whack you, like Hulk whack you on the ground.
Is it
because at that point they're weightless, right? So,
but this is the part where physics I get confused with Uraraka's quirk. Is it that she removes the force of gravity on you, or does she make you weightless? Because they're different.
Yeah, it's probably removes the force of gravity,
which then she couldn't just body slam someone over and over and over again because they still have mass,
Okay, well.
Do we want to get into the physics?
I think she would. I think she would. It wouldn't be as easy if they were just suddenly weightless.
Okay, because there would be no force
holding them down on the ground.
Yes, right? She took the pillar in season 1
and was able to swing that like a baseball bat.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
So she could actually be a very terrifying melee fighter.
That would be scary. Oh,
I didn't think about that.
By the way, we forgot to mention this, but we have to give a shout out to Bakugo's hair. The fact that it popped back up into spikes.
Yes! Funniest moment of the whole episode.
So good.
The fact that he's like, the UA festival, and then it's like, you were attacked by the sludge monster. Yeah, and he just freaked out. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Bakugo.
That was...
No one's gonna help. No one's gonna let you forget that.
Nope.
Yeah. I always think, like, as these kids become more and more popular, as they do more things, let's say they end up fighting some villains and beat them in the future, at what point do these kids kind of get the notoriety that makes them a target?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're starting to get that kind of already.
I still feel like we're not there yet. We're not there yet,
except for Deku. And I could see Todoroki and Bakugo a little bit.
I could see Todoroki kind of, just because he's Endeavor's son.
Well, but he also, like... okay.
Yes, but like, I feel like Todoroki is a threat, but there's not as much reward for having him other than kind of the ransom for...
Okay, sure. Yeah.
But Bakugo, I could see them getting him because he has the infamy of being that guy at the festival.
Yeah.
Like, and they chained him up and muzzled him.
Right.
And freaking, like...
Yeah.
Like, there could be some people that might see that as a positive thing, and there could be other people that see it as, like, you know, that guy, that wasn't necessarily a smart thing to do.
Here's another thought. If people end up finding out that Deku, Todoroki, and Ito were the ones that took down Stain, that could also majorly put a target on their backs, because then the people that are all the fans of Stain might want to take them down for revenge or something.
I would think that Shigaraki being at least there, he would probably know at least that
they played a part.
At least that they played a part. But I don't remember actually if anyone directly saw them do it.
I remember in the viral video or something like that, they showed a picture and Deku was like lying on the ground in the shot. And it was one of those things where it's like, uh-oh.
So it was the part when Stain was, yelling at them, "You fakes, come at me."
Yes, right.
So that means that at the very least they saw which group of heroes were involved when he finally went down.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that Deku was not... Those three guys were not the only ones there. There was Gran Torino there. There were a couple others there. But all those side heroes as well.
Yes.
Like Manual and stuff.
Okay.
That could put a target on their backs for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, it puts a bigger target on Deku's back because he's, again, nearby when this happens. And for someone like Shigaraki...
He won't take kindly to that.
He's just getting more and more pissed at Deku. Just, why are you always where I don't want you to be? Why are you always being annoying?
That seriously sounds like a D&D campaign.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
Why you again?
So meta. Yeah. All right. Well, this was fun. I don't think we have to go too far into the discussion, even though we kind of went a bit more than we needed to beyond
for
this
filler episode.
Yeah. For as far as filler episodes go, it's better than most of Avatar's filler episodes, I would say.
Yeah.
At least most of Avatar's bad filler episodes.
Right.
Which is funny, because Avatar doesn't really have any bad episodes. It just has
the ones that are not as good as others. Yeah.
Exactly. So I give this one, a solid, like, 7.5 out of 10. Like, nothing grand, but...
But certainly nothing terrible.
Oh, yeah. Nothing terrible. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you want to see the next episode of My Hero Academia, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon's early access, and you get access to our Discord as well through that. So get on there and chat with us about anime stuff. Also, Jacob's writing a book, so let's talk to you about stuff. All right, guys. We'll see you later. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.